my name is Amanda Johnson, and I am a superstar director with Scentsy and leader of Team Kickin' Wicks. And I'm here to tell you today when the perfect time to join Scentsy is. I think we're always looking for like the perfect time, right? So you might have already been thinking about it, or maybe someone's talked to you about it and said they think you'd be fantastic, and you're thinking, I'm gonna wait till it's the perfect time. And so I want you to watch this video because I'm gonna tell you when that perfect time is, okay? But before I do that, I wanna tell you a little bit more about me and my story, and then we'll get to the good stuff. So I joined February back in 2009, February, and ever since I joined, I've heard so many people tell me that I joined at just the perfect time, right? They'll say, oh my gosh, I wish I would have joined back then. You joined at such the perfect time. Everything was just perfect and all this stuff. And I get what they're saying. I understand what they're meaning. But the fact is, they're wrong. Really wrong. If you had looked on paper at where our lives were at that point, it was actually a really crummy time to join Scentsy. Now bear with me, I'm gonna explain. So back then, my husband was working full time and I was a stay-at-home mom to 2 little girls. That's what I did. I was wife and mom and nothing more. And I struggled with that a lot. I felt like I had very little value. I had nothing really to contribute to the world, and it's not because they made me feel like that, but because I felt like I needed to be doing something beyond mom and wife. Financially, things were really hard. Although my husband was working full time, we were still barely making ends meet. Being a stay-at-home mom means a lot of sacrifices, and we knew what we were giving up, but it was worth it to us, and so we really struggled. And by struggled, I mean we received overdraft notices because struggled didn't make it week to week. And I got to where I quit checking the mail because I didn't want to see those overdraft notices anymore. And things were just really hard. And so at the time when Scentsy came into our lives, we couldn't afford to join, honestly. And if you would have been a person on the outside looking in, you would have looked at me and said, oh my gosh, why is she joining this company? 1, they can't afford it. 2, she is teetering on crazy because she is suffering from postpartum depression. She feels like she has no value. She doesn't really have any friends because she's not going and doing anything except for home and church. And so it wasn't the perfect setup by any means. And my heart was not in a good place. My mind was not in a good place. And so, like I said, anyone on the outside would have said, well, there's no way she can be a leader. She can't even take care of herself well enough. And there's no way she can go out and do parties because she doesn't feel like she has anything to contribute to the world, right? And it was 100% true on paper, right? But I'll tell you, we didn't listen to that. And we didn't listen to even the doubts that we had in our own minds. And we just joined anyway. Now, that was a risk, right? Things could have gone completely south, but they didn't. And ever since then, our lives have changed in a completely drastic and huge way. We went from those overdraft notices to being able to pay off debt that we had incurred because of decisions we made early on when things were tough. We've earned many incentive trips with Scentsy. We have traveled so many different places. But beyond that, my heart and my mind have changed. Very quickly we started, going and doing those parties and meeting new people and building a team. People started joining our team, and I realized that, I may not be a great leader from the get-go, but I can learn to be a great leader. And I feel like I have, and I feel like I'm learning every single day. And I know by my nature, I'm an encourager. My heart is an encouraging spirit. And so I thought, well, I can just encourage these people. And so I get to do that, and I get to encourage people. And when I encourage others, it fills my cup. And the more that I've done that, and as time has gone on, my whole world has changed. Our whole family has changed. And, going back to that time, going back to February 2009, I shouldn't have joined. It was not the right time to join. As much as everybody else says that was a perfect time to join, really it wasn't for us. But we did it anyway. And my goodness, how our lives have been blessed because of it. And so I want to encourage you today that if you've been thinking about joining Scentsy and you're waiting for the perfect time, just like we do when we're thinking about having a baby or buying a house or waiting for all the things to be in their perfect little places and all the money to be in the perfect spot and everything to be all just perfect. and then it never happens because nothing's ever going to be perfect. We don't lead perfect lives, right? If you've been thinking about that, I want you to quit waiting for things to be perfect. I want you to quit waiting for the perfect time, because the fact is, the time is right now. You're going to think back 6 months from now and you're going to say, man, I wish I would have joined then. That was the right time. Even if it didn't feel like the right time, it was the right time. And I don't want you to have that regret. I don't want you to think back and be like, man, I wish I would have joined then. Because I know now, if I was sitting in the place I am now, looking back at February of 2009, and had I not joined, I would be sitting in deep regret. And the fact is, I wouldn't even fully understand what I was missing out on, because I wouldn't really have had a grasp of everything I've been able to be a part of, or what I would be missing. We are a family in Scentsy. We encourage each other. We help each other overcome obstacles. We love each other. And it's just who we are. And that part of what I do has fed my spirit so greatly that I am a changed person because of it. So, when is the right time to join Scentsy? Time is right now. Don't wait any longer. Don't wait for things to be perfect. You don't have to have a perfect resume. You don't have to have a perfect heart or a perfect head. Your bank account doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be ready to take a jump and just try it. And things may not work out, but you're never gonna know until you try. And we're here to help you. If you have any questions about joining, if you'd like to ask me any questions about my business or what it's like to be a part of the Scentsy family, I would love to answer those for you. You can contact me here on Facebook or YouTube, or you can contact me by email at Kickin, K-I-C-K-I-N, Wicks, W-I-C-K-S, at yahoo.com. You can also visit my website to find out more about joining at www.kickinwicks.com. Have a great afternoon.